it is me. I am back again, and it is time for our November budget. Are you guys excited? I'm not. I do not like giving my money away, but oh well, it is what it is. Here we go. Um, how was you guys' week? What kind of things popped up for you? I know for me, we had the plumber come out. And my husband had checked, we had basically gone through everything. We did the dye test in the toilets. We looked for leaks, looked for any standing water in the yard. Couldn't find anything under the house, nothing. So the plumber came out and he actually basically went over everything, did the same thing. Then he just started walking around the yard trying to check for standing water. He couldn't find anything either. Then the closer that he got to the meter, he stuck his little stick thingy down there and it came up and it was just muddy. It was soaked. So he found it. It was like about a foot or so away from the water meter. And so that is where the leak is. We have located the leak. Now we just got to get the leak taken care of, which we are working on. I actually have waterline insurance that I thankfully did not stop last year as I had planned to do. And when I called them, this is a covered repair. They will be sending someone out on Tuesday to actually fix the leak and repair it. And so I'm happy about that. It will not cost me anything. So thank God for that. But I did feel bad about the original plumber because I didn't follow protocol. I was really supposed to call the water line people first and have them to come out. And then they find the leak. And then they already have their technician that would be ready to fix the repair. I thought I had to identify that it was outside first because my coverage is for our outside lines and under the house. I thought I had to identify that first and then call them, knowing that it's already identified as outside, and I was wrong. So the original plumber that I had come out, I can't have them do the work because they won't pay for it, and I want them to pay for it. That is how that is going to go. And so they'll be here Tuesday. Hopefully we can get everything wrapped up since we've already identified where it is. It should take them less time and we will get that done and over with. But my budget for November is different. It's not going to be normal. It's not a normal pay cycle for me. It will include found money, which is not the norm. And I consider found money that is not part of my regular scheduled pay. Like it's bonuses, incentives, any kind of outside jobs or work that I've done that I get income for, and things like that. So this pay period and month will include found money. Part of that found money, I've already discussed that I will be using $4,500 for my student loan. And I'm just going to go over the rest. And I had actually contemplated not doing this video because I was like, well, it's not a normal pay. Like, this is not a normal budget. But I do feel like it's a good idea because there are times in our lives where we do run into additional money, and so this may give somebody an idea of how they want to spend that money. So this is what I have, and I'm just going to go down the list. So my budgeted amount that I anticipate, because I am anticipating, you never know, taxes could be different, something, whatever, is $19,655 for the month of November. Now, that $19,655 is from my income and my husband's contribution to our household bills. We do have separate finances. Check out the separate finances video if you care to understand how we separate everything. It's not really that complicated, really. And it is after taxes 401k, my Roth 401k, and my savings buckets, because I do both 401k and then the Roth 401k. And then I have various savings buckets that I've also covered in another video, and you can check that out here, and it'll go over how I allocate money to each savings bucket that I have. And how I am breaking down this money is, and it will be zero based, I'm contributing $1,194.14 to our mortgage, and that includes escrow, which I was watching a content creator that I watched, Tanisha Davis, and she was talking about escrow and how she doesn't include that in her mortgage, that she actually saves her escrow herself to gain the interest from having it in her own savings, as the bank does to us, and then pays it herself yearly. And that's something I really want to think about doing moving forward. So I may look into that and change that up in 2025. So I thank her for that bit of advice and wisdom. And then my student loan, I will be paying $5,600 for the month of November. That will include the $4,500 that I've already talked about, and my regular $1,100 that I pay every month. Now, my October check, the end of the month check, I consider that my first of the November check. So I just wanted to make that clear to you. I will be assisting my daughter with $6,900, and that will be the rent help that I've been giving her until she moves in January, and also to pay off the balance of her car. She lost her job, and then she was doing gig work, and that gig work really ran her car into the ground. She has an engine repair that's extremely expensive. It's not worth doing. And so what we're going to do is she's going to pay off the balance of that car to have that free and clear, so that she doesn't have to carry that negative equity into a new car. Once we pay that off, she'll get her a new car, and then I will sell her car, her old car, which I have here at my house. I will sell that. That money I will recoup, and then she is on a payment plan to pay me the remainder. So I will get it back eventually, just not all in one lump sum, and not all right this second. I plan to put $1,500 into my savings for our trip. We do have an annual hunting trip that we take every year, and that is at the end of November. And I put that money there. I do it every time because I just want to budget for if I do something or want something. But honestly, guys, I have done this every year, and every year I probably spend maybe $200 or $300 buying little gifts and trinkets and things like that. And I never really spend the money. So I anticipate that money will probably sit in my savings and be part of the money that I pay the balance of my student loan off with in December. That's my thought process. Is probably what's going to happen. But it's always good to budget for if you do want something when you go on vacation. It's always good to budget that. So I'm putting that money there for that. I have budgeted $1,000 for our emergency fund, and my emergency fund is part of my savings buckets that I discussed initially. That's already deducted. But this $1,000 is because my husband hit a deer, and our deductible is higher. It's $1,000, and I opted for a higher deductible with a lower monthly payment because I keep full coverage on all our cars, even the ones that are paid off. So I opted for that. So this is our deductible for that, and that was part of our emergency fund because it was an emergency. So that money will be replenished. And then I budgeted the remaining balance, which is $3,460.86 to credit cards. That amount is high this month, just like it was last month. But this month is for a different reason. Number one, I have to take my car in for the regular maintenance. I know is probably going to be at least $200. if not more, because I did have a light come on that caused me concern. Now it has since went off and it's not come back on, but I don't trust it. So I'm going to have them look at that in addition to doing my regular maintenance. And I have a recall on my car, so they need to look at that as well. Now that won't be out of my pocket, but the maintenance, and if they have to replace anything for that light that came on, then I want to be prepared for that. Also, our water bill is high, obviously, because we have a leak. So that is a little bit higher than normal, and I don't anticipate that I'm going to see any change, even though they're going to do the repair. It's probably mid-cycle for us. So I think our next bill is still going to be higher than normal. And then I have a couple of doctor's appointments. I may have some co-pays there. That won't be much, but I did want to put it in there. And then I have to pay the plumber that came out to diagnose where the leak was. So I have to make sure that I know that that's going to be, the credit card will be higher because of these additional things. Now, I do want to go over the fact that if you're new here, I pay all of our monthly expenses on my cashback cards. And they are normal expenses. Like, I'm not talking about me going out on a shopping spree or something like that. These are like, I'm going to go over the list of the things that I cover. Food and groceries. Food and or groceries. Car insurance. Health insurance. Gym memberships. Subscriptions like Hulu or Netflix, etc. Gas, water, electric, internet and cable, and I do get reimbursed a portion of that back from my job because I work from home, so they pay me a portion of my internet back. Credit monitoring, water line coverage, and entertainment. If we do go out for, like, say, dinner or movies or something like that, we put that on the card. And again, that's part of our joint expenses, our entertainment for our date nights, etc. So that's why that bill is always really high, because these are like all of our living expenses are on the card. And I pay my credit card in the month that I use the credit card. Now, I did not do so last month because I made a boo-boo and forgot. But that is how I usually do it. I pay everything in the month that it's done. So before my card even posts a balance, this is already paid. Basically, swipe, pay. I don't pay it individually. I just wait until right before the statement drops and just pay the entire balance of what we use that month. And I use a program called Money Manager X. It's a free program, but it's where you can track your spending. So whenever I see a higher than normal credit card amount that we're paying out, I can actually go in there and see where the money was spent. I can see whether it was food is high, or this is high, or this is high. So that's the reason why when I'm budgeting, I just put a flat amount, because I have another program that I go into to where I can dig. If I see that this amount is too high, I can dig to see where that increase came from. That's why my budget is very simple. But that is the budget for the month of November. That is what I have planned out for this salary and found money. And hopefully all goes well. But we will check in at the end of November to see if I spent less money or more money. Now, I hope I spent less, because this is not a normal month. I don't want to spend over what's here. So I'm anticipating that it will be less. And any excess funds that I have, what I will do is it will either go toward debt or it will go towards our savings. So that's how I just move it over to savings, whatever's left. So that is how it's going to go for the month of November. Please like, comment, and share on this video, but also talk to me. Tell me about your budgets. How are you budgeting? How are things going for you? How is November looking for you? Have you even done your November budget? So I would love to hear from you. Thank you for watching. If you are new here, I so appreciate you checking my video out. And if you are not new, I so appreciate the fact that you are coming back to watch my videos. It means a lot to me. This is difficult for me to do because I'm an introvert. It's hard to be on this camera. I'm a person that I don't even like taking pictures. Like family photos, they kind of have to make me get into them. So just to be up here I'm fighting a fear. And I appreciate every one of you that get anything, any nugget of anything out of my videos. It makes me very happy. So have a great day and a great weekend. Bye.